Hello, I'm Michael Garrison. I'm here today with a good friend of mine, Pam King Brantley from Realty Masters. Going to do a little short interview and find out who Pam is, what Pam's got going on, and where she's going in life. It's a great story and a fun adventure she's been on. So, Pam, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started out, went to college at Marquette University in Wisconsin, and I joined the Navy after that. I was in the Navy for a while, retired out of the Navy Reserves as a captain, and I started Realty Masters while I was in the reserves with military in 1998, and have been doing real estate ever since then. Our focus is we work with a lot of investors. We do property management. We currently manage about 950 plus properties. We do condo and homeowner associations, and we do a lot of sales as well. We have a sales team that I guess we have about 6 sales agents now, and we're doing really well with sales as well.
Excellent. So at the time you were, in the military, doing the reserves and all that stuff, it was a little unheard of to achieve the rank that you did at that time, a female achieving that rank when you had got it, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah. Not very many females do, but I was a nurse, and so I guess it was a little bit easier, but
I don't think anything's easy in the military, especially at the level that you had actually achieved. So tell me a little bit about Realty Masters, and I know you've been there a long time, but what it is that you're doing there now?
Right now, I'm trying to focus on training sales agents and working with the sales team to list and sell properties and work with a lot of investors. I also buy properties myself, do some flips and rehabs and, a little bit of everything. My 3 children work with me, and David, my son, is in sales with me, and my 2 daughters are focused on managing the property management business.
And not only is this a business, but you have a lot of fun doing this.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, I know you do. Especially, let everyone know just a little bit about the flips. They see these TV shows and whatnot, and they think it's all glamour and glory. That's not really all it is it?
No, it's a lot of hard work.
So, you own personally a lot of rental properties that are yours. You manage many more. But when someone buys a rental property, what is it that they're looking for, when they hold the properties? What return on their investment are they looking to get?
Well, I think some people have a different focus. Some people are more looking for like a vacation property, and they want to get some money to help supplement their vacation property. That's a whole different thing. They may not need to have as much of a return. I personally don't want to buy anything unless I think I'm going to get at least a 10% return. And that would be, the rents minus the expenses that I have. I would want to get a 10% return. Now, you can actually get a better return if you get a mortgage, because you're not putting as much of your cash in there. So there's a lot of ways that you can manipulate the numbers, but you get a better return. My properties that are mortgaged are probably getting between 18 and 20% return. The ones that I pay cash for are probably between 10 and 14, something like that. But I try to focus on kind of the middle of the road properties. I don't like the really low end ones. I like 3-bedroom, 2-bath with maybe a 1 or 2 car garage, something that rents in the $1,000, $1,100 a month range. Which right now in Pensacola, that's about the average rent is about. Actually, I looked up some numbers before I came over today, and I looked year to date, and the average rent of all the rents that were posted by realtors on the MLS came in at like $1,250.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, was about $1,250. And, a lot of people don't understand the difference. When you're purchasing a property and you're renting, some investors look to build equity in their properties, and then there's a lot of investors also look just strictly for cash flow. So that's something they would have to weigh out for themselves.
If you're looking strictly for cash flow, you can find properties that will get you cash on cash. But they're probably never gonna be worth much more than they're worth today, because of the types of clientele and the types of neighborhoods that they're in. They're just not really appreciating assets. Or maybe mobile homes is another example. You can
Absolutely.
rent mobile homes, you can buy them cheap, you can get a good amount of rent for them, but they're not really gonna go up in value.
Well, speaking of value, you know, we've seen rents up and down and all over the place. Dependent supply and demand is like anything else. What have you noticed in the rental? Are we going up?
Definitely going up. In the past 2 years, 2 years ago, the average was probably right around $1,000, and now it's up to over $1,200. So we've gone up considerably on the rents in the last 2 years.
Good time to buy investment property.
Definitely.
Okay, watch that market though.
A lot of people that might be doing it themselves or whatever, they may not realize if you go with a property manager, you may be able to get more rent.
Yes. I guarantee they will. You know, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, we saw tons of foreclosures happening. Then a lot of the big time investors, the hedge funds, the different things of this nature came in. They started gobbling them all up, thinking that, you know, they were cherry picking all these foreclosures and just leaving the crumbs for everyone else. Are there still? There's still some good deals.
There are still some deals available. Probably around 11% of the sales that so far this year were foreclosures. There also used to be a lot of short sales. That number is way down. That number is down to maybe a little over 1% of the total sales.
And I believe the reason behind that's because the bank sees the demand on these properties, and they know if they just sit and hold them, that they'll get their number. They don't have to short sale like they felt they had to in 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, it's difficult to get the banks to work with you on the short sales anymore.
So explain just briefly what exactly is a short sale. There's a lot of people that don't quite understand what that is.
Okay, a short sale is when the seller owes more money on the house than what the market will bear, than what they can get for it. So the bank basically takes a short payoff. That's why they call it a short sale. The bank has to agree to take less money than what's owed on the property.
We saw, and we saw a huge fluctuation in a lot of different things during this the debates, the election. Now we have a new president-elect. We have a Republican going back in with Donald Trump. Maybe not the most popular president. Maybe he turns out to be the greatest president. Who's to say at this point? What do you see interest rates doing under this administration?
Well, typically whenever there's an election, the interest rates do go up at least a little bit. We've had historically low interest rates for many years now, and so I see that maybe they're not going to go up a lot, but they could go up enough to make the difference for somebody to be able to qualify for the home they want to qualify for. So and prices are going up as well.
Sure.
And so people that have been on the fence and waiting to decide whether they want to buy something, I think they just need to jump in and buy, because the prices are going up, rents are going up, so if you don't buy, you're going to pay more rent. And if the interest rates go up, it's going to affect your mortgage payment. So right now they're still low. It's a great time to buy, and there's still inventory and availability of reasonably priced homes out there.
And something, that a lot of people don't understand, they don't even know what they can qualify for.
Exactly.
Because they haven't been to either their mortgage broker or to their bank, whoever their lender is going to be. And, you need to get pre-qualified. So go find out what you can buy and at what rate you're going to be able to get it at before you even go to your realtor. Don't irritate them, because it's something, they're going to show you houses, but they're not going to be real happy when they find out you can't buy these houses because you can't qualify for a mortgage.
So get pre-qualified and find out what kind of mortgage payments you can qualify for.
That's right.
And people that are worried about whether they can qualify, sometimes you'd be surprised because you may have done a short sale 3 or 4 years ago, or you may have had a bankruptcy, the economy was bad, but 3 or 4 years down the road, if you have reestablished credit, it is possible to get certain types of financing, and you don't have to have. Some lenders are now doing loans with a credit score as low as 580 again. It's a little bit difficult. You have to have a special circumstance, maybe disabled veteran or something like that. But 620, 640, those kind of numbers, and it's pretty easy to, even if you've got some issues on your credit, if you just work it and do what what the lender tells you to do, usually within 3 to 6 months, you can raise your score enough to where you can qualify for a loan.
And there's a lot of debt forgiveness going on out there. These lenders understand what the issues were in 6, 7, and 8. So get pre-qualified and come see Pam about buying a house. Now, I know that you do a lot of travel and you do a lot of things, and you're very close to doing some retirement fun stuff. But I understand you've published a book here recently. Are you a new published author?
I have a book that should be coming out any day now, and it's all about real estate investing and how to do it, how to build a portfolio, and how to build wealth using real estate as a vehicle.
You heard that? How to build wealth using real estate as a vehicle. There's not a better one out there, I assure you. So, if someone wants to get a hold to you or Realty Masters, how do they do that?
They can visit us on the web. We have a new sales website. It's realtymastersoflorida.com. We've got a website for rentals where we list all of our rental properties. It's PensacolaRealtyMasters.com. They can call us at 850-473-3983.
Well, Pam, thank you very much for coming out today. And give them that phone number one more time, just so they know how to get you.
850-473-3983.
Pam King Brantley with Realty Masters of Pensacola. I'm Michael Garrison. You have a great day.